here we are back on the couch with Mark Owen-Cooper. Mark, you're the president of Matagouri Club?
Yes, that's correct.
So Matagouri is what?
So Matagouri was originally set up by Pat Farry as a club for rural health professional students in Otago.
Right.
So pretty much anybody that's interested in life outside the big cities, whether it be medical students, nursing students, physios, pharmacy students, just to kind of show them that there's life outside of the big cities.
Yeah. And so what's the current membership like?
Well, most of our stuff now, due to social networking, is run through Facebook.
Yes.
We have talks about once every 2 or 3 weeks, and there's been anywhere between 40 and 100 people coming to these talks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is to promote people to go and work and live in rural areas?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So by the way to do this is we have talkers come in, so we have rural GPs come in, we organise workshops, so we're looking at running a rural first aid workshop, and it's about showing people that life in the country is pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's Dunedin based?
Yeah, it is Dunedin based. There's also there's a similar one in Auckland.
Yeah. And that's called?
That is Grassroots.
Yeah, and one in Wellington's called the Gumboot?
Yeah, there's the Boot, and then in Christchurch it's Country Scrubs.
Right.
So
yes.
Country Scrubs and the Boot are kind of offshoots of Matagouri.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, so a social event, mainly people that join it mainly from rural backgrounds themselves?
Surprisingly not, actually. I would say about 2/3 of our members are from rural areas.
Yeah.
We have quite a lot from Auckland and areas like that, mainly because they grew up in the city and they want to see what life's like in the big green world outside.
So the idea is to encourage people to go there and work afterwards. What type of student programs are there with a rural stream in them?
So one of the big things that links in with Matagouri is the Rural Medical Immersion program, which is based in Dunedin. I believe they also have one similar in Auckland.
Yes.
So through 5 centres in New Zealand, 5 centres in the South Island and 2 in the North Island, Dunedin students are capable of doing their 5th year of study in a smaller town instead of living in Dunedin, Christchurch or Wellington.
So what's the advantage then of a student going to a smaller town then?
So feedback has been that there's a lot more hands-on. You actually get to go out there and do the things, whereas in a big city you're more likely to be in a watching position.
Yes,
so you're
trailing a white coat.
Yeah, exactly, trailing a white coat.
Yeah.
Whereas in the smaller areas, the consultant will come up to you and go, right, here you go, here's a scalpel.
Yes.
Obviously not to that level. They teach you and then they allow you to experience it for yourself with their supervision.
Yes, I mean I've heard of rural immersion students talking about being involved in a woman's pregnancy and the birth and the checks afterwards as well, and quite a different experience.
Yeah, so there's a lot of continuity of care with it because it is the smaller town feel. Yeah. So you're not just seeing them in the cardiology ward, you're seeing them in the hospital, you're seeing them in the GP practice. So
how do people get on the rural immersion program?
So in the 4th year of study, you apply to enter. There's about 26 places. We're trying to get more spaces. We obviously need a bit more funding for it because they are in smaller areas. It is a little bit more expensive, so we're trying to get funding for more spots throughout New Zealand because of the fact that there is such a big deficit in rural medicine in New Zealand that if people are exposed to it while they're studying, they're more likely to go back afterwards.
Do you think it's working?
I think so. There has been research done, and it's something like, I want to say 70% of people that have done RMIP have gone back to smaller areas. Yeah. Maybe not full-time, but at least for a short time. I
understand too, the RMIP students actually have higher grades than non-RMIP as well. And that's been an improvement, not just the bright ones are going, but it's actually an improvement from their previous grades. So that, to me, says that they're getting exposed to more.
Yeah, so they're seeing a broad variety of cases. Yes. They may not be getting into the tiny nitty-gritty detail of being in a cardiology ward, but they're seeing everything, so they get a broader scope of education.
So the Matagouri Facebook page is?
It's Matagouri 2015. And then
So that's under here right now, so people
Yeah.
can see that.
and then next year we're going to try and keep the same one and just change the name so we can continue on with having the same membership of people and then add to it.
Great. Okay. Mark, thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you very much.